You understand why somebody kneeled, you know, you understand that it was for that reason. Now, who's the person making these rules and standards and saying, "Oh yeah, you are disrespecting the flag by kneeling"? Like, I don't know any handbook that would say, "Oh, kneeling." It says right there, number 3. Oh, kneeling is disrespectful. Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Gruffy Dude, aka Isaac, and today is officially my first video or my first podcast on this channel. Y'all can go check out my other channels. I think one is called Scruffy Dude TV and the other one is just called Scruffy Dude. I'm not posting right now, but I'm trying to get into it. I got a new camera. Everything's new setup. Well, this is new, so I'm just trying to do everything better. But I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna vlog on one channel, then I'm gonna do a lot of videos on preaching on the other channel. So man, I've been seeing. I'm gonna get straight into this because I'm not trying to have this video be long because it's my first video on this channel, so I'm gonna try to make it quicker. But I've been seeing, people talking about this guy. I think his name is Ray Ciccarelli, if I'm saying it correctly. But he's a NASCAR driver, and basically, I guess he has some words to say about the Confederate flag, and that's what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna read what I guess he tweeted this. We're gonna read what he wrote, and I'm gonna talk about it, and also so y'all can know, this is a channel that I'm going to try to, uh, God's will, I'm going to try to focus. I'm gonna try to have Jesus Christ as the foundation of everything I say, or or I guess a better way to say it is everything I say is gonna be, I'm gonna try to have it Christ centered. So somehow it's gonna line. I'm gonna have things to line back up, to go back to Christ. So I'm a Christian. This channel is Christian. The overall focus is gonna be Christ. This one I'm gonna try to make it. So everything I say, you know, I'm gonna try to put Christ as the foundation of it. I'm gonna always try to point back to the Bible, to things that are of Christ, you know. So that's what I mean by that. But yeah, let's get into it. So this guy said, Ray Ciccarelli, he said, well, and by the way, he cursed, so I'm not gonna say all the words he said. But yeah, he said, well, it's been a fun ride and dream come true. But if this is the direction NASCAR is headed, we will not participate after 2020 season. After 2020 season is over. I don't believe in kneeling during the anthem, nor taking people right to fly whatever flag they love. I could care less about the Confederate flag, but there are people that do, and it doesn't make them a racist. All you are doing is cuss word one group to cater to another, and I ain't spend the money we are to participate in any political cuss word. So everything is for sale. Then it says Sarah Ciccarelli. So I'm gonna go back and go over what he said. So right here where it says, well, it's fun. It's been a fun ride and dream come true, but if this is the direction NASCAR is headed, we will not participate after 2020 season is over. I don't believe in kneeling during anthem, nor taking people right to fly whatever flag they love. So I'm gonna stop it right there, right? I don't believe in kneeling during the anthem, and we all, heard about this with Colin Kaepernick. And my question would be, why don't you believe um, in kneeling during the anthem? Because I've been in the military, right, for a short period of time. I was only in basic training. I basically got kicked out of basic training. But during that time, I experienced, I guess you can say, just I guess the pride that they have, or the real respect, military people have for their country. So I understand, you know, the respect behind it. But when you understand why somebody kneeled, you know, you understand that it was for that reason. Now, who's the person making these rules and standards and saying, "Oh yeah, you are disrespecting the flag by kneeling"? Like, I don't know any handbook that would say, "Oh, kneeling." It says right there, number 3. Oh, kneeling is disrespectful. Like, I don't know. I don't know, man. Uh, um, I get what people are saying, but it's all about the person's intention. Why did he do this? If he would have did that to say, "Hey, forget America," then yeah, that's disrespectful. But he did it to stand up. Uh, if I'm not wrong, I think he did it to stand up for injustices that been going on within the black community. With police officers and black people. You know, so he didn't do it to be disrespectful. But I don't know, man. I mean, everybody got their own opinions and perspectives. But from what I heard, that he even went to someone who was in the military and said, "Hey, should I do this?" And the person said, "I don't think this would be disrespectful." Yeah, do it. So I don't know, man. You know, People find anything to say something about. If he would have maybe put up his hand, they would be like, "Oh, that's disrespectful." I don't know, but let me go into what he said next. He said, uh, "Nor taking." He said, "I don't believe in kneeling during the anthem, nor taking people right to fly whatever flag they love." Now, if the flag is disrespectful, now look at it like this, right? You don't believe in kneeling during the anthem, but somebody is kneeling during the anthem for a reason, to stand up for injustices in the black community, with cops and black people, and they're doing it not to be disrespectful, but flying a flag, flying a Confederate flag, right? Somebody can be doing that to uphold uh ungodly standards, and they could be doing that to say, "Hey, I'm with white supremacy. I'm with these movements, or these people, organizations that agree with that they're the better race and all that type of stuff." So you're okay with that, but you're not okay. So you're okay with them having that type of flag, because I guess is they he feel like it's their right to be able to put whatever flag that they want to put up. And I get it, but if it's something where we know that it have a bad history behind it, like, look, I'm gonna read some history with y'all. Look, it says, "Displaying flags of the Confederate States of America in the modern era began as a response to the civil rights movement of the 1950s and 60s, and continues to this day in support of white white nationalists and white supremacist movements." Yeah. So if that's why somebody is doing this, to support white nationalists and white supremacist movements, is they should not be allowed to do that. Bottom line, they should not be allowed to do that. Where was I at? It said, "I don't believe in kneeling during anthem, nor taking people right to fly whatever flag they love. I could care less about the Confederate flag, but there are people that do it, that do, and it doesn't make them a racist." So the people who care. So he said, I could care less about the Confederate flag, but there are people that do, and it doesn't make them a racist. So they care about the Confederate flag, and it doesn't make them a racist. But we know in the modern era, from what I just read from Wikipedia, in the modern era, these flags, let's read it again. It was used. It said the modern era began. It said displaying flags of the Confederate States of America in the modern era began as a response to the Civil Rights Movement. What's the Civil Rights Movement? Let's look at that. Let's look at that. It said the Civil Rights Movement, also known as the American Civil Rights Movement and other terms, in the United States was a decades-long struggle by African Americans to end legalized discrimination, disenfranchisement, and racial segregation in the United States. So people was using those flags in response to that movement. And you're saying that them still having that flag wouldn't mean that they're racist. I would say this, right? In the defense of those people who may have that flag, I don't know the whole history of the Confederate Army and the Confederate flag and all of that, but maybe way back in the day, maybe initially the Confederate Army wasn't about, racism. Maybe it wasn't strictly about that, right? At first, maybe that wasn't even the purpose. I'm not sure. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but so yeah, if that wasn't the initial purpose back in the day, and maybe some people, they might be saying, oh yeah, I have this flag to show, the history of, the Confederate Army, and I support America, I support this and that. Some people, I don't know, they may be doing it for that purpose, but we know, like we read in the modern era, that's not why they use that flag. They didn't use it for that purpose. Um, um, like I said, it might not be everybody, but because we know that's probably not what they use that for in the modern era. Like, it's like, no, we don't need to use that flag anymore because of the stigma behind it, because of what it was used for, because of, the movements that can be behind it, so yeah, man. Let me keep going. It said, all you're doing is cuss word one group to cater to another, and I ain't spend the money we are to participate in any political nonsense. So everything is for sale. So yeah, that's basically the end. But I'm gonna say this, right? It's a verse that I'm looking for right now. If I can find this verse. Okay, it's a verse it's a Bible verse, right? Acts chapter 10, verse 34, I think, through 35. Yeah, I think Acts chapter 10, verses 34 to 35. It says, so Peter opened his mouth and said, truly I understand that God shows no partiality, but in every nation anyone who fears him and does what is right is acceptable to him. So said guys show no partiality. So basically, he shows no favoritism. You know what I mean? He's not gonna say, oh, I love this person over here because I love this person more than you, or whatever, because he brown, he white, he whatever race or anything like that. It said God don't show no partiality. But yeah, I'm gonna end this right here. If y'all like this video, thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. Comment below. See y'all next time.